In the next part of the Udemy program, we're going to be looking at kicking those fears into touch. And I'm going to separate this into two parts. The first part, I'm going to deal with an illustration and give just a brief outline of what it is about fear and how we can actually kick those fears into touch. And in the second part, I'm going to look at the cognitive way that the brain works. Because if we understand the way that the brain works, we know what we can do to change the way we react or act. And then we can actually say goodbye to a lot of those fears, know what we've got to do, and we can move on. Okay, we'll start with part one of the Udemy training program, kicking those fears into touch. Isn't it about time that we kick fear into touch? And the key to kicking fear into touch is hold on to your belief, hold on to the rope of faith. It reminds me of an anecdote. This guy, along with a whole heap of others, were watching this helium balloon or hot air balloon, which was tethered to the ground really tightly, strongly. But a gust of wind came and took this helium balloon up, and it started being released from its moorings. So there was a shout by everybody, quick, hold on to the ropes, hold on to the ropes. So all these people rushed to the ropes and held this massive balloon down. But the thing kept rising, and as it started to rise, people got frightened and then just jumped off or let go. And in the end, there was only one man who was holding on, and of course this balloon just took off. And so the owners of this balloon were really worried. This poor guy swinging from this rope, how is he going to hold on? Would he be able to hold on long enough? And they followed it for a few hours, and eventually it came down to land, and they went to find out where it was, thinking, what happened to this guy? This guy must have dropped off at some point during these 3 hours. And then they found him by the balloon on the ground and said, how on earth did you hold on for all that length of time? He said, I didn't hold on. I got the rope tied around me and the rope held on to me. Let the rope of faith hold us up and hold us in and not hold us back. So what does hold us back? Fear. Fear does hold us back. An acronym of fear, as I've mentioned before, is false evidence appearing real. Now, we are all born with only two innate fears, the fear of falling and the fear of loud noises. Now, fear starts in the region of the brain called the amygdala, and most fear is learned. For example, the fear of spiders, the fear of snakes, the fear of the dark, and they're all called natural fears. They're developed at a young age, certainly, and they're influenced by parents and the environment and culture, etc. But nevertheless, we were only born with those two fears. Again, the fear of loud noises or the fear of being dropped. The next area we're going to look at then is kicking fear into touch and looking at the paths of fear in the brain and how we can work with the way the brain works to not get into the situation of fight, flight or freeze. This short video is part of an online training program on a platform called Udemy, and it's entitled Make It Happen, the Life You've Always Wanted. And the Make It Happen, the life you've always wanted, is all about you and you achieving your full potential and creating a vision of your future that is so compelling you'd almost give up everything to make it happen. I'd be so delighted if you came and joined me on the Udemy Make It Happen, the Life You've Always Wanted course. But in the meantime, please enjoy these short snippets of a video, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye now.